Okay, so today I have one article for you, and it is extremely absurd. I mean, the right wing accuses the left of being snowflakes because we're easily offended and we need our safe spaces. And then you get articles like this showing that the real snowflakes are right wingers. Actually, I shouldn't say that. There's plenty of snowflakes on both sides. This idea that I can never be offended ever, and I'm going to be completely unreasonable. But to today's article, Gaya International Airport will keep gay airport code despite conservative push to change it. Now, of course, they're going to have GAY as their airport code. They are Gaya or Gaia. GAYA. It's not that hard. But apparently it is for a bunch of homophobes who just can't handle that there might be that they might be exposed to the word gay in some cases. What do they do when talking about the plane that dropped the bomb on Hiroshima? Do they just refer to it like that? Or do they call it the Enola Gay? Or what about in track and field when Tyson Gay was competing? Did you have a problem with the fact that his name would be mentioned? It is just extremely ridiculous that people can't handle the word gay. What about in the 50s, 40s, when the word gay meant happy and reveling? What then? Did you hear the word being used in that context and think, oh my God, they said gay? No, you need to calm the fuck down. Okay, let's get to the article. Gaya International Airport is staying gay. The airport in Gaya, India, will keep its three-letter code despite numerous requests to change it, including from a conservative lawmaker and Air India. I'm sorry, what? Why don't you demand that they change the name of the town then, since you can't handle that that word exists? And the reason I brought up those examples from the U.S. because culture is, especially American culture, is disseminated around the world, and track and field is actually more popular, mostly in Europe, but I would think in possibly in India as well. Maybe, I mean, obviously not as popular as cricket, but so, and old movies. And let's face it, gay is a word that was brought to them because, I mean, and it was brought to them by the Americans because, let's face it, in Britain, that was not the word that was traditionally used to denote homosexuality. That is a word that came from the US. So, yeah. Bim Singh, a member of the Indian Parliament's upper house, Rajya Sabha, recently submitted a written inquiry pressuring the International Air Transport Association, let's try that again, IATA, to change the code, claiming it makes people uncomfortable. People or you? Are we using people in the Trump sense that he says people, even though he means himself, because he wants to feel like he's one of a crowd or one of the majority? Singh said in his inquiry, obtained by the Hindustan Times, that the abbreviation is socially and culturally offensive and that it should be changed to a more respectful and culturally appropriate code. Again, are you going to demand that they change the name of the town too? I mean, seriously, what the hell? And how is that disrespectful? It's the first 3 letters in the name of this city. What the hell? Socially and culturally offensive. The word gay came from the US. India was a British colony. It didn't come from Britain. They aren't the ones who started saying gay. It's the US that started calling homosexuals gay. So, what culture are we talking about? Because it was brought to you by the US. So you can't blame Britons. So where did you get the idea that gay can only mean homosexual? You must have gotten it from the US. Yes, nowadays gay is associated with homosexuality. But like I said, we have the Enola Gay. We have I guess in India they don't talk about the atomic bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima to end World War II. God knows if they even teach World War II in Indian schools. I do not know. Again, there are people with that name. That's why it was called the Enola Gay. It was named after the pilot's mother. I mean, I just do not understand some people. Section 377 of the Indian Penal Code, originally enacted under colonial rule by the British Raj, criminalized same-sex relations as carnal intercourse against the order of nature. Again, gay used to mean something different, so what does that have to do with anything? It was in effect for 70 years after India gained independence from the United Kingdom before it was struck down in 2018 by the country's Supreme Court. Okay, so you're not only fighting a losing battle in the sense that gay doesn't only mean homosexual and people have that last name. This town has the name Gaya. I mean, and even your own Supreme Court said that you're being a homophobic asshole. Stop it. It's not illegal. So, again, show me on the doll where the word hurt you. Jesus Christ. While same-sex relationships are no longer criminalized in India, LGBTQ plus people still struggle to find acceptance socially and legally. The court rejected petitions for marriage equality in 2023, and just 53% of adults said in a poll from the Pew Research Center the same year that same-sex couples should be able to legally marry, compared to 43% against it. So, basically, the statistics go against what this schmuck has a problem with. He's saying it's socially and culturally unacceptable. But even his own statistics, even the statistics from the Pew Research Center, dispute that. I mean, again, culturally, well, Again, the word gay was not a British word. That was an American word, and that came what, in the 80s, I think, that they started referring to homosexuals as gay. I think it might have been the 80s. So, and again, it was from the US, not Britain. So, what culture are we talking about? And socially, well, the majority think that same sex couples should be allowed to marry. So, it's not socially unacceptable either. I mean, it not might not be a vast majority, but still a majority are in favor of gay people existing. So, absolutely nothing about that person's statement was correct. And again, gay does not mean in this context homosexual. Nor did it always mean that. Plus, again, people have the last name Gay. This town is Gaya. I mean, I just do not understand why people have to get their panties in a bunch over the stupidest shit. Minister of Civil Aviation Sri Murlidhar Mohol has since issued a written response to Singh, acknowledging that while requests for changing the code of Gaya have been received in the past by the Ministry of Civil Aviation and Airports Authority of India, the organization have no intentions to change it. Good. Mohol explained that the three-letter airport codes, oh my god, I can't talk, also known as IATA location identifiers, are assigned by the IATA to facilitate identification of airports across various travel-related systems and processes, and that they are generally assigned using the first three letters of the location's name where the airport is situated. Exactly! I mean, if it was an airport, like if it wasn't referred to as the Gaya International Airport, if it was like in New York where we have JFK or we have LaGuardia, obviously then they wouldn't be using NEU or NYU or whatever or NYC, which would get hella confusing since they're both in New York. But they're just using the first three letters of their town's name, just like most airports do. Again, if you hear the letters GAY as an airport code designation for this town and immediately think of two men having sex, because let's face it, that's what homophobes do when they think of gay people. They think of gay sex because gay people actually existing as having relationships just like straight people is impossible for them to comprehend. So obviously it's gay sex. If that's where your brain goes, that is not the problem of the airport code. That is a personal problem of you being closeted. Because who the fuck thinks of gay sex that much? Gays do not think of gay sex that much. Because the codes are primarily intended for commercial airline operations and are issued at the request of airline operators, airlines can request to change them. Mohol said that Air India had earlier asked IATA to change the airport code, but that there is not a good enough reason to change it. Assigned three-letter codes are considered permanent and are altered only under exceptional circumstances, usually involving air safety concerns, he concluded. Probably because more than one airport has the same airport code. I mean, that would get confusing. So I would think that then it would be changed to something else. But outside of that, if you can't handle hearing the word gay or seeing the word gay, again, that is a personal problem on your part, because I pointed out examples. It's a last name. It's a historical name because of the Enola Gay. If India actually teaches how World War II ended, how Japan ended up surrendering. Otherwise, I really don't know what else to tell you. I mean, just put yourself in a little bubble and don't consume any content because it might have the word gay in it. Because it's just ridiculous. Absolutely, positively ridiculous that this is even being considered. And I applaud the airport commission for saying, no, we're not going to do that. That's stupid. And that they're like, that's a you problem. If people are uncomfortable, well, again, that's a them problem, because that's the name of the town. If they can't handle it, then demand that the town change its name, because it's just so mind-bogglingly stupid. Let's see if there's anything else I wanted to mention in this video. I believe that is all I have for this video, and with that, I will see you guys in the next one.